Today we're going to cover installing a sink-based cabinet. Once you know how to do it, you're going to get it right every time. You just have to pay attention a little bit. Now that I have my measurement from here, I needed to determine my measurement from here. I mounted this cabinet over here, and I will take this measurement for my dishwasher, and your dishwasher is 24 inches. It's actually a tiny bit smaller than that, so you want to go at least 24 1/8 inches over to have that opening in here. Remember this, when you measure from the back side of your cabinet over, and you don't have frameless cabinets, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with that. If you have a framed cabinet, you're going to have a stile in the front, and that stile is usually a 1/4 inch thick. So when you put two cabinets together, that's another 1/2 inch you have to compensate for. When these cabinets are butted together, you have a 1/4 inch stile hangover on this side and a 1/4 inch on this side. So you take a 1/2 inch little block, and you can see it's going to give you an exact fit. That's why you have to take that 1/2 inch into consideration when you're measuring for the back side. Now you see the importance of getting the exact measurement in the back. That's where people make mistakes. They don't compensate for this 1/4 inch right here and this 1/4 inch. So we have a 1/2 inch over, 24 1/8 inches to give the dishwasher plenty of room, and then we're going to add a 1/2 inch onto that. So now we have 24 5/8 inches. We'll get that measurement. I've already marked it off right here. It's a good idea to mark the center of your pipe on the wall from the top and the side. That way you get your measurement to that line and you're not trying to judge it. You can get right down here and eyeball it and see the center of these pipes. Always remember to mark the side of the cabinet that you're going to measure off of. I make sure that this is the left side of my cabinet, going on the left side of the wall where my line is, where I measure from. I've got a memory like a gnat, so I don't want to forget and measure off that side and have my holes on the opposite end of the cabinet. There are a number of different ways to mark off the back of this cabinet. I prefer to use the ProScribe by Swanson Tool Company because this tape measure is specifically designed for cabinets and trim work. Let me show you. When marking my lines, all I have to do is pull a button down and pull this guide out. Now I can set it on the end of the cabinet, wherever I want, get my exact measurement with this indicating bar, hold my pencil on the end, and I'll make my marks. It's going to get it correct every time. You'll get perfect layouts. You want to make sure you line everything up to get this perfect. So I'll mark off everything that goes across and everything that goes down in order. So one pipe is 4 inches across, 16 7/8 inch down. The other's 10 1/8 across, and so on and so on. So I'll mark one line, I'll mark my other line, each one to make sure before I go to the next, because you don't want to get confused and have your 4 and then wind up going on the wrong spot when you go down. Alright, so we're starting from this side over here. I have 4 inches by 16 7/8. So go ahead and pull this out at 16 7/8 inches. Lock it in position. You see how that guide stays up and I have an indicating bar? And I know it's going to be 4 inches away, so I'll get somewhere close to that and mark my line. Now I'm 4 inches on this side, so I'll pull it down to 4 inches and I make the mark here. And now that one's perfect. Now I have to go to 10 1/8 by 16 3/4 down. 16 3/4. I'm 10 1/8, so I'm close to this area. 10 1/8. 10 1/8 here. I'll go down the line on these. Now, before I make these cuts, you can double check yourself with this. As I said earlier, we don't want to make mistakes, so we double check ourselves. We take the guide, we pull it out to the exact spot, 4 inches. That's what we had. We set the pivot point that's on here, right on the line. It lines up with this end over here, the line that I have for this first pipe. 4 inches. It's right on the mark. Same thing with the next one. It's 16 7/8 inches. Pull it out to 16 7/8 just to double check. And I'll put it on this line. Now it's lining up here perfectly. I'll do the same thing. 16 7/8, it's right on the line. You do that with every one of these, you come back and make your cuts, you won't have any mistakes. Once this pilot hole goes through to the front, I'll go on the front side and finish it so I have a clean hole in the front. Now that the cabinets are all in place, I'm going to put this spacer in between here. That's going to keep this from getting knocked around until the granite guy comes in and put his granite. So I have this cut at 24 5/8 inches. Remember, that was our distance in the back. Put it behind the stile, tack it in place on both sides. This is a tool that I'm going to use to tack it in place. I bought this probably 4 months ago. This is an awesome tool. It's an airstrike by Ryobi, and I'll do another video on it later. This will keep it in place. I don't have to worry about it moving or getting shifted around. Well, if this video helps you out, subscribe to my channel, Paul's Toolbox. Talk to you later.